The interim CEO is a very special kind of role. So, whether you're the board member or you're the interim CEO, I have a few unique things for you to think about. The first one with interim CEOs is from the board's perspective. You have to decide whether the interim CEO actually gets the full authority of the former CEO or something less than. If the person is very experienced, they've held the CEO job, or they have experience with your organization at a high level, maybe you just leave them with that full authority. Now, sometimes you cut back the authority very specifically. For example, you cut down the spending authority of the CEO while that interim is in place. So if they had a $100,000 approval level, you might as a board bring it back to 50 so that you have more line of sight for bigger expenditures. You also might be able to restrict the authority of the hiring and firing of senior staff. That's one thing that I've seen organizations come into trouble with quite often is that an interim CEO comes in and restructures the organization or cleans house without the board knowing about it. And the risk there is that they're actually potentially losing some top talent of the organization. So make sure structural things or human resources things are well defined within the scope of the interim CEO. I would say more frequent meetings between the interim CEO and the board chair, more clarity about priorities, because if the person's there for a short period of time or an unknown period of time, the board needs to be a little bit more specific about what the expectations are. And the thing that I see most often missed in interim CEO leadership times is actually feedback to the person. The board kind of steps back and assumes the person is doing fine or they know the role. Well, it doesn't matter who the interim CEO is. This is a challenge for them. Make sure as a board member you're sharing your observations, your room for improvement areas, the ways that the board members can support the interim CEO differently. So make sure you're talking to each other, make sure you're sharing ideas, and please, please don't surprise each other. It's a time where we want to make sure that we're managing risks and we're keeping the momentum of the organization going. Not only will it serve the organization well, but it will actually set the next CEO up for success.